Yep.
All right, the Reds, it's Talking Reds live. We are still working all of this out, as you may be able to gather, but you know, it's a laugh, innit? I like the live ones. They tend to end up being stupid, and that is my full intention today. I've got my mate, James Sutton, with me, and we're going to have a chat about the Reds. We're going to have a chat about the return of a Premier League mainstay, of a gravy good guzzling, Bisto sniffing legend. That is Sam Allardyce. Long-term watchers of Talking Reds will know, of course, that we had a bit of a laugh with Big Sam being Everton's manager. Me and Kopi once guzzled a pint of gravy ourselves in his honour.
What, on camera?
On camera.
This is why people tune into the Wrap for that kind of content.
You know what I mean? You're not getting that anywhere else, mate, to be honest with you.
No way.
I mean, the big news, mate, to kick off is that since Sam Allardyce chose West Bromwich Albion, they've, in his honour, changed the badge.
Have we got a copy for the boys and girls at home to have a look
I'm
at?
hoping we have, yeah. Sam's nodding in the corner that we have, so we'll throw it up on the screen for you. Yeah, new badge at West Brom in honour of Big Sam. There it is.
Whee.
Look at that glorious stuff from the baggies there. World supplies of gravy have diminished, and because they've all been, obviously sent over to the baggies, ready for the boss. I thought it was really interesting in his press conference that he was really coy about his deal, didn't want to talk no details, and I was like, it's the gravy, that, isn't it?
It's just the gravy talking. Honestly, like, how much? This guy, he'll never piss off, will he?
Oh, it's mad, isn't it? Everyone, is there a WhatsApp group, do you reckon, of Premier League chairman, and they're just matey in there, they're all of us, all of a thing, and then someone will go, lads, I'm a bit fucked here, I think we might go down, and someone goes, you gotta go Big Sam, you
gotta get Pardew's busy.
It's just mad, how many clubs is that now?
It's nuts, but whatever you think about the man, and I mean, it's no secret, how he's vilified by huge, swathes of supporters. He's had a really good career, man, based on not a huge amount. I mean, he must have earned millions.
He gets a 7-figure bonus.
That's fucking nanas.
If he keeps them up.
How? What? That's crackers.
It's absolutely mad, isn't it? I mean, there's a staff for most Premier League games managed. Wenger is top with 828 matches. Then Ferguson 810. Harry Redknapp 641. David Moyes,
obviously,
557.
Football genius.
And there he is, Allardyce, 512. They just keep coming back for him. And look, we've got West Brom soon, haven't we? So, we're going to be able to get in there again about Big Sam Allardyce, or whatever he wants to call himself this week. But yeah, we should talk about the Reds as well. I just wanted to piss take about Big Sam a little bit there. So, soz. Klopp has done his press conference early, which took me by surprise. So if my hair's not quite right, it's because I've just liked it out of mine and it was late for this. Sorry, mate. He's had to pay extra parking and all kinds. He hates me.
I don't hate you. I just think you knew what was happening today. You had it in your diary and you thought, I've got time. I'll just maybe I'll make another cup of tea.
I was just in my bills.
You were in your bills, weren't you?
In my bills and watching Homes Under the Ham.
Shocking.
And then and then next minute. Okay, serious stuff then from the Yerg fella today. He was asked about Thiago because everyone's got excited, haven't they, of seeing Thiago knocking around at Kirby, and he started tweeting and stuff, and we're all like, we might actually get to see this, rather here. Klopp said, I think we should sign him in January. He did say, though, he's in a good way, but we cannot and we will not rush it. He's been in the team. He is not in the team training yet, and that's the final step. We will see. Next week, can he be in team training? I don't know. It's a little bit of a shame, a little bit, we're getting excited there. When he also says Milner and Shaqiri are similar. So sort of no real update there either. But when we do get Thiago back, and it is edging closer.
We can sing that really wicked song.
Yeah. And it's just going to be massive though, isn't it? I mean, it's
huge.
We've been playing well. We were great against Tottenham, great against Wolves, obviously not against Fulham. But I do think when this fella steps into the team, there's going to be another dimension.
Yeah, and we've got a week off after our next game, essentially a week off. So and then we've got I think we've got 4 fixtures before kind of mid-January. We've got that cup game as well, haven't we? Kind of mid-Jan, I think. And they you know,
Aston Villa.
Yeah, Aston Villa, that's right. So, you know, having another option, especially in midfield right now, because I'm sure, you know, for all the, you know, the plaudits that Gini Wijnaldum rightly gets, I'm sure the lad wouldn't say no to just maybe, you know, half an hour on the bench now and again. Just give us another option in midfield, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, Klopp's right to say about the rushing back thing, because not only do you not want to, you know, create a situation where you're getting him injured again because you're so desperate to get him back, but also, as someone's jokingly put in the comments, but then you go, he's put, is Curtis better than Thiago? Now, early shout for that, but the serious point out of that is, Curtis is playing that well.
Curtis is making himself quite undroppable right now. Like, if you look at his performances, every time he hasn't really put a foot wrong.
Did you see the little showboat?
Oh, mate, did I see the showboat? Lad, I've had it on repeat, man.
It's glorious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was your favourite thing about that game? Was it Curtis's little showboat, Trent's nutmeg on Son, or Tim Sherwood's commentary?
I knew you were going to say Sherwood. Yeah, we've got nothing to worry about, to be honest. We dominate at corners, and Liverpool, they've not got any big men. They fucking scored. They scored.
So good, that
one.
I
all three were Trent's little nutmeg was absolutely delightful. Everyone gave that a little round of applause.
I love on the nutmeg. I love that Son does the sort of, you know, like you know when you trip and try and blend it. He just kind of go, yeah, it's just like I meant to get nutmeg.
Yeah, no, it's Curtis Jones has been amazing, and I think you know, if he does start getting dropped in favour of someone else, I think he's got, you know, questions can be asked. I think he certainly can stake a claim now, because he's been phenomenal. I mean, you look at, you know, after the other night, you know, Gary Lineker comes out on Twitter and says it. You're like, hang on a minute, Gary, like can we calm it down a little bit, because I kind of like the fact that there's, you know, huge parts of the media that haven't kind of cottoned on to the fact that he's fucking brilliant yet. And as soon as everyone starts talking about him, then you're talking about England call-ups possibly, and then you're talking about injuries and all kinds of bollocks. Let's just keep him, let's just protect him and use him in the right way. You know, and that's massively important for what is he, 19 years old?
19 still, yeah.
That's crackers.
I love the sort of, you know, the stories. I mean, we sort of knew this, but you're getting more sort of meat on the bones now about the tough love that he's had, because he obviously needs that. And like, we all know a sort of, you know, we all know the Scouse psyche, if you like. And Curtis has very much got that. You know, you're going to have when you literally grow up on the edge of town.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's that thing, isn't it, where if you're good at something, and you're really good at something, and it's obvious you're really good at something, then you can be a bit like, lad.
And what?
I'm fucking boss, lad. And so, you know...
They call it swagger in other circles.
So, you know, you've got your flicks and tricks and all that when you're playing footy, and that's sound. But he's had to have it drummed into him as, you know, but lad, you need to also do this and you need to also do that. And I remember, you know, when Gerrard was still here, when he was manager of the team Curtis is literally playing in, I'm pretty sure there was an incident there where it was like snowing or pissing down or, you know, awful weather. The game finishes and you see Stevie like stride onto the pitch, go straight up to Curtis, and he's like this. Do you know what I mean? And he's giving him a load straight away. And it's like, he's had that tough love where he's gone, lads, we know you've got it, but you also need to do this. Like, there's all stuff about Milner saying, like, in training, when he's doing stuff, you're like, you're not going to use your left foot there, lad.
But that's it. He's had the, you know, some of the best schooling that you can possibly have by some incredible players. I mean, to have grown up through the academy with Steven Gerrard as your kind of, you know, your figurehead. You can't put a price on that. And now to have Jurgen Klopp as your manager, to have players like James Milner around you, but also he loves this football club. Make no mistake about it. You want to impress and you want to do your best because it's your fucking football club. Do you know what I mean? It's not like going down playing in the Midlands somewhere or whatever. Yes, you want to do well, but it means more.
Absolutely, of course.
That's so the slogan says.
That's where it came from, isn't it? Someone in the comments there wants to hear us do our best. Curtis Jones, what a win. You're an actor, lad, come on.
What a win.
What a win that was then. Hello, Reds. What a win that was then.
I liked Curtis Jones's the interviews he gave when he was like he wasn't kind of media savvy. Do you remember? I think
he's great.
He comes to the cut and you can see he's thinking just don't fuck this up, just don't fuck this up, and he's kind of yeah, you know, I'm just there, you know.
It's brilliant. And you know, he throws in little things as well, which I think that the manager gets in here, but that the manager will sort of not mind. Like, I think some managers, like, if you had Allardyce, he's all very structure, and he's got this way of playing and all that. Oh, mind you, he did have Juve. But I was going to say that, you know, when Curtis does his little bit to showboat, and I think Jaeger will be all right with it. You know, it won't be like, why have you done that? You know, so you've seen him do Rabonas, you've seen him do the thing the other night, you've seen him sort of, you know, demand to take the penalty against Arsenal and all that, which is when he says what a bit that was then. So there's still that cheekiness in there, there's still that sort of arrogance in there, you know, he's just sort of been trained to do the other stuff as well. Like, his stats the other night were unbelievable.
Yeah,
He'd done a bit of everything.
He completes more passes in the opposition half than the opposition.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's
isn't it?
unbelievable. But also, you know, you don't want to take away that creativity and that side of his game. It's really important. I think as players grow, you know, get a bit older as well, those tricks sort of, they do start to diminish, I think, with a lot of players, because they're more focused on, you know, on sort of not the team, but I just don't think there's anything wrong at the moment with Curtis Jones trying those things. And also, they're coming off, so you know what I mean?
I know.
Let him crack on.
That is the main thing, isn't it? Just having a quick look about what else Klopp said. Obviously, he got that award this week, and he says, if you ask me, are you the world's best coach? I would say no.
I would say no.
If you ask me, do you have the world's best coaches around you? I'd say yeah. That's boss, of course, and that's all well in with the ethos. I mean, he is not bad himself, though. But, I mean, I do genuinely have a bit of man love, not like that, for Linders. I just think he's fucking great.
He's just surrounded. Did
you see his face?
Yeah,
when Mourinho was kicking off.
He was enjoying it more than Klopp, and Klopp was like, are you for real, dickhead?
Klopp just lashing teeth at him when he just like, 2-1,
That's the moment when he realises that Jose's not joking. He's like, hang on, are you serious? You thought you were better than us? But the thing with Linders and the thing with the coaching team is that that's what the best managers, not just in football, but the best people do. They surround themselves with brilliant people better than them often. You know, that's what Neil's done here at the Anfield Wrap. You know, he's just surrounded himself with people better than him. And you know, look what's, you know, we're all reaping the rewards, aren't we?
That's it. Ian Neil, if you're watching there, he is sitting upstairs in the office and sometimes tunes into the live. So
Jesus.
He said that, not me, mate. You know,
sorry, mate.
I think you sound.
But he deserves it. Klopp, he deserves that award.
You meant Neil?
Neil deserves an award too, but especially Jurgs. He deserves that, man. And like, not, you know, from a manager point of view, but from a coaching point of view. I mean, every player that has played under him has improved, I'd say, arguably. I can't think of many that haven't. Even sort of fringe players like Shaqiri, for example, come on, massively, made a real impact.
But
that
also
season.
hasn't stirred the pot.
No.
Looks happy.
Yeah.
And you know, to be able to manage all those different personalities and get the best out of them is a real skill, because I think what most people do, leaders or a lot of leaders will do, is just try and go like, I'm the leader and this is my way, and if you don't like it, fuck off. Whereas I think Klopp sort of, you know, gets to know them all individually and will be managing them in different ways. You know, you saw all the stuff with Houllier and about how he got to know them, got to know their families, remembered the daughters' birthdays, all of those little things. You know, there's a bit of Klopp there, bit of a same, you know, a kindred spirit. They don't play the same style of football, but that sort of minutiae, that detail of management there.
It's important, and it goes a long way. And you look at the togetherness in our dressing room. That comes from the manager. Yeah. It's another quote from his press conference. I'm sure you're going to mention Gini Wijnaldum in the dressing room. Before the Tottenham game, Gini was apparently shouting at the lads, "Let's not waste the first half. Like, let's not piss around for half an hour. Let's get the job done." And so, you know, we've got leaders all the way through this team. You know, everyone's got a voice, everyone's got a platform, everyone's got an opportunity, and that, you know, that comes from Klopp and his staff. I mean, he deserves every award going, man.
The game itself then, Crystal Palace, 12:30 on Saturday on the telly.
Thank God we haven't got to go to Palace.
There's
no joy to be had in an away trip to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, it's a bastard to get to, isn't it?
Just everything about it.
Martin Fitz on the weekend yesterday was like, you know, he's like, I'm sure someone got a ferry there once. But it is that kind of thing. It's like, how do you get, like, even if you're already in London, it's really hard to get to. And we've got to get to London first.
It's miserable. The facilities for away fans are shit. It's just all...
It's like bogs, like,
it's just,
outside.
it's horrible. It's just miserable.
And like, I think, you know, I think they give, like, you know, because of COVID now as well, I think they give, like, you know, a Wendy house tent or something to the away team to get changed in. It is wild, it is mad.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, I'm with you. I'm not really that arsed about that. I'm not going to this one.
No.
Klopp's turned things around on the 12:30 kick-off, which I like, because I was thinking about the psychology of him, rightly by the way, but him always sort of having a go at that slot. I was thinking, well, does that then become a thing in the players' heads? Oh shit, it's that slot. Do you know what I mean? But he's threw one in, which I think slightly changes the dynamic. He says the main difference this time is that the two teams have the same amount of time between games, so it's fairer, because obviously Palace plays in the week.
It's shit for us, but it's shit for them as well.
Yeah.
Is essentially what he's saying, and that's fair enough. I mean, you know, at least no one's got an advantage or a disadvantage, but the fact still remains. Most of our players are in the red zone, as they call it, when everyone's, you know, very close to an injury or could get a strain, or, you know, to have, 60 something hours between games, I think it is. That's madness.
Yeah.
That's madness.
And when everyone talks about that as well, they don't talk about any travel, they don't talk about the prep, they don't. And when they do, you know, you got these like dinosaur journalists who've been paid, you know, 300, 400 grand forever, and they all support West Ham. And like, they always, you know, they picture as moaning when he actually explains you know, when he talks about like the meals, being fueled up to do the work, if you're like, oh, excuses, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's not an excuse.
They're not just sat on their arses in between games. Like, there's a lot to do. There's warm downs, there's, you know...
Ferguson always moaned about things like this, by the way. Like, and he always said the winter schedule was mad. He didn't like the earlier kickoffs. All of that, and all of that seems to get forgotten just to go, oh, Klopp's moaning again.
Yeah, but people want an angle, don't they? You know, people want to...
It's boring though, isn't it?
It is tiresome. It is really tiresome. And equally, don't ask him the question. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's coming out... He's not Rafa Benitez with a few sheets of A4 paper.
Wouldn't mind if he did that.
You'd fucking love that, wouldn't you? But you know, if people, you know, journalists are going to ask him these questions, he's going to fucking answer them, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look if anyone's saying anything then.
But he seemed in good spirits though.
Aaron there, I think, has got on to who I might have been referring to there, you know, in terms of the journalist.
I mean, you
well,
know,
well in Aaron.
yeah,
Cough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else dreading the gravy gulping gorilla coming to Anfield?
Who wrote that?
Martin O'Neill, apparently.
That's what he's up to.
I'm not. I've got to say, I would have been with old Liverpool, and I kind of feel like whatever you want to throw at this Liverpool now, it's not the same anymore. So, you know, we used to struggle with Allardyce's and Steve Bruce's, and you know what I mean? And I feel like if you want to come and have a bit of a fight, and you want to come and get physical with these boys...
Oh God, we'll snot you all over the place.
We're all right.
Oh, it's fine.
Fabinho will just batter you.
Yeah, all of them will. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for West Brom fans, to be honest. I'd like to know what their feelings are in the matter. I mean, I know they're in a difficult position, but like I can't imagine anyone celebrating the gravy guzzling gorilla.
It's also being referred to here as a Bisto sniffing legend. I liked once...
Just like
on a key. I like it. So it genuinely, in the Mirror it was, I can't remember the name of the journalist, it was like a lad who wrote about betting, and he genuinely got into the copy and got it through the subs, and it was in the paper, and he referred to Sam Allardyce as the hippo-headed former Bolton manager.
They're hippo-headed.
Hippo-headed?
Well, you know Sam reads all his press. He gets it delivered every day. He won't miss a single word.
Hippo-headed. But yeah, Palace then, bit of a weird side, I think it's fair to say. Hodgson's side, obviously, so you're sort of...
He's done a good job.
He's done a good job for them,
yeah.
You know, his sort of management does suit certain clubs, and look, he's getting something out of them. But they're still weird. Like, when I say they're weird, you know, they're capable, one week of battling aside, and they're capable another week of putting in a really
They've got
shit
points
performance.
against. They've had points at Tottenham, Man City.
Yeah, they drew against Tottenham.
Was it United they beat? Did they beat United?
Can't remember that.
Not
far
that that's a
back.
huge,
mean,
statement, but
They're shit, aren't they? I mean, the bookies make us overwhelming favourites as usual. You can get 11-2 on Palace. Their last 5, then, they drew with West Ham. Benteke sent off. They're finally getting something out of Benteke, so that's probably a good thing. Drew with Tottenham, as you say. Battered West Brom, but then, beaten by Newcastle, beaten by Burnley, and that's what I mean about them being oddly flaky at times.
But I think that's kind of the sort of remit for a team like that, is to kind of, it's mid-table. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. There's going to be some draws. There's going to be some ugly performances. You might nick a couple of 1-0s against some sort of top 6, top 8 clubs, and that's that's kind of where they are. A few surprises, but equally this season, I mean, it's mad. There's going to be crazy results all over the season. So,
and you said about sort of not asked that we're not going kind of thing, because it's a bit of a ball ache and a bit of a mad one. With them, they make a huge song and dance about being at home, don't they? So they've got the eagle, they've got the cheerleaders,
and they're quite the stadiums. It's
very tight,
isn't it?
So I would imagine when they're sitting down strategizing how they're going to stay up, they're saying, well, home, we're relying on home massively. So for them to have no fans for this game, decent.
It'll make a big difference. But equally, they'll have earmarked, which games they expect to take points from, which games they expect to do well from. No one's thinking they're going to get anything from this game. So if we, going back to what Ginny said after the, before the Tottenham game, if we go out in the first half and just go absolutely full throttle at them, get a couple of goals, reasonably early on, it's a done deal. That would be my
that would be ideal.
Because going forward, I don't know. I don't really know what they've got. Townsend, and they've got Zaha. But is there much more going on up front for them? I don't think there really is, especially with Benteke out.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. What slightly concerns me, and I know there's loads of context around this, but I kind of feel a bit daft if we don't sort of even acknowledge it. Because people said to me, you're a bit cocky about Fulham, and and it was like, well, Liverpool just didn't perform on the day. Like, I had every right to be Fulham are still shit, and Liverpool are still boss. Yeah. And when you're doing a preview, you're gonna say, well, 9 times out of 10 Liverpool win, and they didn't that time. But Palace, looking at Liverpool's away form is what I was going to bring up. So home, we are absolutely brilliant. 7 out of 7. 21 points taken at home so far. Southampton are nearest to us in terms of that, with 12. So that we're absolutely ripping it up at home. But away with the 16th best team in the league.
We've got like 4 draws or something.
Yeah, we've won 1, drawn 4, lost 1. And okay, you've got some context, so last minute penalties and shit VAR decisions. But we played City, which is a good draw, you would say.
Yeah, but all those aside, the facts are we haven't been good enough away from home. And Klopp was asked about that in his press conference, and he said, there's we're not really focusing on it. He did the sort of classic deflection technique. I'm not talking about that's just another game. And it's the right way to look at it. But yeah, we've got to start doing some damage away from home, because it's not good enough for a team that want to win the league, because you've got to be picking up 3 points.
Someone just said Roy Hodgson is nice.
Nice?
He's not,
He's not. I know some stories about Roy.
So do I, and this is what sort of annoys me. I'm not going to do a massive Roy Hodgson thing again. I feel like I've done it too many times, but he's not nice.
He's not nice.
He's really not nice.
Ask people who worked with him when he was Liverpool manager.
Yeah, he was an absolute bell to loads of people. Hence why there's still some residual fuck off Roy about. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. How long have we done here, Samuel?
25.
Should we wrap it up? 25 minutes?
Wrap it up.
That's all right, isn't it? Just having another look if there's any comments before we go then. Got to win this one. I think Spurs have another tough game. Man United fans are getting gassed about a title challenge.
That's okay.
Let them. Yeah. But Jesus Christ.
That's okay.
They're winning Nottingham with Rice Krispie fella in charge.
Dream big dreams.
Yous do what you like. Yous are the Liverpool of Souness era. Who upset Richard Keys, says Matt Ford. Who cares? Do not listen to the hairy-handed one. He is a bellend.
He's always hated us, hasn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't like Liverpool, does he? I think that's fairly clear. He writes little random blogs about us.
He writes really odd, really mean little things.
He's always that snide on the beIN Sports coverage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, Liverpool. You're like, lad, you tit. Okay, yeah, there's not loads in the comments here that we need to cheer up. Oh, cheers, lads. I thought you were saying cheer up. I was going to say I'm happy with me mates here, you know what I mean? Cheers, lads, up the Reds. Did Gerrard miss that pen on purpose?
You'll have to ask him.
Who knows, I like to fucking think so.
For sure.
Okay, that has been Talking Reds. We are doing loads of stuff, as ever, around all of the games, before, during, after, and everything else. So do get onto our socials. Do have a look at the website as well. And if you're looking for a last-minute Crimbo gift and you're like, shit, we can sort you out with a subscription to the Anfield app digitally. So we can, it doesn't matter about postal deadlines. We can just get it to you. You can print it out and you can go, here you go, Dad. I didn't forget about it, honestly. And John Gibbons has promised to be up late for as long as it takes, round and about Christmas, dishing them out. I think there's a record of how late he's done one in the past. I think he's definitely done them on Crimbo Eve in the past.
No question. The man never sleeps.
So you can have a look at that.
And there's also loads of wicked merch as well. There's loads of Boss t-shirts, hats.
I'm not sure where we are on postal deadlines with that one. Probably should have checked, but you can check that. You can have a look at that.
But there is loads of great stuff.
And yeah, do check out our other stuff as well. So Team Talk podcast out there. What else have we got? We have got all the usual stuff. So post-match pint will be there after the game tomorrow. Post-match podcast as well. Check it all out on the Anfield app. Download the Anfield app as well. If you only ever watch the free stuff, if you download the app, you can get some free tokens and you can have a go of some of the other stuff that we've done without having to pay anything. You can just have a look and see if it's for you, and then you might want to pay something. That's the idea. So loads of stuff. Like I spoke to Gary Gillespie yesterday about Reece Williams, which was nice because Gary, like Reece, was a teenage centre-half, and so he can talk from experience about what that was like. He captained Falkirk, Gary, at age 17. Mad that, isn't it?
17.
And that's a Scottish League record. I mean, I was bigging him up. I was bigging Gary up on the video, and he was like, yeah, but, Scottish League, Division 2 is not the same as the Premier League. And I was like,
17?
It's still good, mate.
17? That's more than any of us have achieved.
What was I doing at 17? Like, I was an absolute knob. I wasn't captain in football teams, I can tell you that. Anyway, that has been Talking Reds. Nice one for tuning in. Really nice to see as well that you're enjoying the fact that it's live. If you keep telling us that, we'll keep doing it. Up the fucking Reds.